Hello and welcome back to Jake's RC Stuff channel. I'm not actually sure if this is a new video or not, but if it isn't, then whoops. Basically, what we are doing is, first of all, apologies for noise in the background. The 3D printer is spooling up to 3D print. And what we are now doing is soldering on the opposite connectors onto the motor for this. It did have the little tiny 2mm, which are fine for like mini quads and stuff, but for this we're going to go 3.5, just so I don't have to try and ram these into 2mm. I have also cut off that just to shorten it. It's now about yay long. There we are, that's going. This is what I cut off. So that'll be used for something, I'm sure. Just because it was massively too long. Because speed controller's going like directly under the flight controller. So soldering. I have my slightly knackered tipped bigger soldering iron, and we're just gonna fill this up. I know it's slightly hard for you to see, but no matter, is it hard enough yet? The crap end doesn't help with such things. Really? Right, let's whoop, come back. I'm trying not to take the motor off if I can avoid it, but I also don't want to melt anything, obviously. That's hot, funnily enough. And then we should be able to just, oh God. Again, apologies for the fact that you can't overly see what's happening. But that is basically what's happening. And then I can just turn it up to release it. There we are, that's one. I always check my connectors before, if I have something that they're already going on to, that's already got the connections on, like this. I always just check the ends I'm putting on in here. If they're loose, I check all of them. If they come out of a bag, I check just the one, because usually stuff doesn't get put in a bag if it's been taken out. So, in terms of where this bullet soldering jig came from, I don't know. Possibly Banggood. If not, it was RC Timer. So I'm just going to repeat these a few times. So what happens if I do it like... Doing it from the back, kind of like, you know, the old clay moulding clips. Where you would be my woman. The plane. That is the bit that we need. Tin it a smidgen. I'm just going to tin both of these. It's out the frame. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to make sure the 3D printer is actually doing something half sensible, and it is. That's for Deans and bullets and things. So, should be able to just Just sound a bit counterintuitive that you tighten it up to loosen it. Yep, I've just tightened it up to, well, what I thought was tightening up. Turned out to be loosening, of course. Oh, like that. Okay. So, last one. Some serious power behind this iron. I realise you can't see a lot of this again, my apologies. Okay. Do they look good enough? Yes. Like the wires are in and it looks like nothing's leaked into the spring. So that's the gears. That's that. We're going to need some heat shrink on them. I can grab that. That's not going to be good enough. Right, so I'm going to put it out of the way, I think. One, two, three. Where is this camera pointing? There. Okay. So now we just need to, maybe it's possibly a little bit too big, but never mind. Officially shut. Again, these aren't like always disconnected and reconnected, so I'm not too bothered about the heat shrink job, as long as it covers up the required bits. There's a bit of blood coming out of that. Right. In theory, we can just get our scalpel, and ideally, of course, you would do this on a cutting mat, but never mind. You can just roll and doing it off camera, my apologies. Okay, so in theory will those fit? Because they came out of that hole there. Will these fit back in that hole there? Or am I going to put it through the air? Well, I don't want to put it through the air hole if I can avoid it. This is why it's good to have the still movable tray. I haven't glued that up yet. It'll get glued. Let's go like this. That'll get glued once everything's in. Just to make my life easier. I realise I'm doing this off camera, I apologise. I wonder how long this takes. Well, it's 95% done apparently. It's been not that long, has it? Let's be honest. Good, right, okay. So that is where the leads come to. I'm going to put them underneath. So that's plenty of room for this to go and slide all the way to the front. I'm leaving it out because, as I say, it needs the servo I'm putting on. Ooh, it's done. I'm going to let it cool for a bit. But this is here, it will eventually get pushed all the way to the back. Let's put this other jollop in. So, got the box of bits. And a bundle of cables. Whoops. So, we do not need that cable. That's for PWM, and we're using S-Bus. This cable, I believe, is for GPS. Like so, and then that end goes into, there are different ends, that end goes into GPS. On our controller, like so. And I'm probably going to put this GPS here, if not possibly in the canopy. We'll leave it there for now. And then this lead is the lead for our little settings cube, bob. Which goes here. Where is it? Here. So that goes in there. Like so. I'm going to just stick them on the fuselage for now. I'm going to stick these down there. Okay, so on the wing, we're going to attach it. We've got, of course, the wire lead, which is going to be our ailerons. So that'll go into ailerons. I may need to make some little extension leads. So the thick wire is going to be S-Bus from our receiver. I need to remove the tab. It's got all the Futaba tabs. Let me disconnect. That one hasn't got one. That is good. I just need to clip this. Super careful, fingers and everything, and the cable. Just do it the other way to begin with, I think. This is of course not the recommended way of doing it. Okay, should be good enough. Let's try that again. So, thick wire goes to this boost. The thin wire, single thin wire, is elevator. And aileron, which is longly short, is the wire lead that goes to aileron. And then, oh thank God that's not too high. I thought for a moment then the height of these are going to be higher than that. Let's hope we can get this. It's going to be slightly off camera, but I'm basically trying to bury our. Aha! That's fitted damn near perfect. Okay, let's get our screws in, because I'm going to be leaving this for tonight. And when it's screwed together, I can just sort of hang it on the wall, out of the way of everything. I won't put it on too far on because it's going to be taken off, of course. But there we are. I may put some sort of tube on this just to kind of keep them up, at least the top one up. The bottom one could do with being able to fold away for when it lands. So for now, in the front, we have this and the GPS. As I say, the GPS is probably going to go up here. And then the camera, with its mount, will go here. Let me see if that mount is cool enough to remove yet. So this is it, raw, still warm. So this is actually for the VC400, or whatever it's called. I still had it on RSD card from when I did it for the other one. And my understanding is it more or less just fits, I think it fit any way around, to be brutally honest with you. But I'm going to put it this way around. It's a really tight fit, which is nice. And then you've got like a nice little thing you can stick it in with. That's what she said. Something like that you could very easily mount onto a servo arm. And you could even screw it, I suppose, if you really wanted to. Cut a drill or alter it and put holes in. So it'd be like that, and the wire just run down the back. Yeah, that's good. I can actually turn off 3D printing now, but what I'll do first is end the episode. So thank you for watching this video. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're new and enjoyed this random jump. Whoops, that was a mistake. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. It's not broken, it's fine. Goodbye.